All right, just won a kind of lopsided battle against blue-white control. So we're just going to jump right back into it. We're piloting. Ooh, what do we get? Oh my gosh, the ever-coveted Dire Fleet Warmonger. Okay, so we're giving Goblins another spin. When I initially crafted this deck, I had some pretty intense buyer's remorse because I got dumpstered like 9 times in a row by just a slew of Hushbringers and sideboard cards. So there's a lot that just stops all the enter the battlefield like in its tracks. Grafdigger's Cage, I saw a lot of that. People were really prepared against the archetype. So now that the fad has sort of died off and we were on the diamond floor, I thought it would be really fun to play a bunch of fast aggressive decks here. Switch gears too, because it's I certainly subscribe to the variety is the spice of life. Plus, I think the other part of it too, for me, is whenever you play a variety of archetypes, it gives you a better understanding of how to beat it. Because a lot of times you play, and what the opponent's doing just seems insurmountable. And then you pilot it, and you feel vulnerable and scared the whole time that your whole house of cards is just going to fall apart. The Kethis combo, unfortunately, we did not keep a very aggressive hand. But maybe we can Matron into Skirk Prospector and draw a Muxus and try and end the game quickly. Kethis combo, that's like half of a Kethis. Okay, nothing in the graveyard yet for him to copy. So Kethis uses Diligent Excavator. Oh my gosh, are we doing it? All right, how do we do this? So if we Matron for Muxus, we'll have next turn. After that, we'll have 4 mana, 5/6. Okay, let's try and end the game here. Yes. Okay, so on our side, the basic recipe is Muxus plus Haste Lord equals certain demise, because the Muxus usually also gets with it a bunch of different enter the battlefield triggers that allow you to keep chaining through your deck and keep getting more goblins. So next turn is Castle, Skirk Prospector, and we'll roll the dice with Muxus. So we'll have 3, and we'll have to sacrifice our whole board except for Skirk Prospector. I cannot search my deck. I cannot search my deck. I cannot search my deck. Matron does nothing. You gotta say it out loud a couple times. Okay, so Skirk Prospector, and then this lets us cheat this into play. If you click auto pay and then just click the Goblins spacebar, it gets a little less click intensive. So left click, spacebar, get your Muxus, roll the dice. Wow. World's worst Muxus. We can't do anything else, so let's just sort of pass. For real deck, in a random order. Sad. So this is probably dead-ish. I think if they're like once another, I mean their graveyard is a little low. Well, no, they've got Ashiok. They can pump it out. So they can exile 2 things. Okay, so they're a little short on mana. You want to keep your eye on like the Mox Amber count, and I mean at this point there's tons of legendaries too. This is going to be a good Tormod's Crypt one. Okay, so I don't have a Haste Lord. So, and I think this is going to be it. So if we Krenko, we can't do anything with that, but we can Ringleader into something. Ringleader gets us. Wow. Wow. Again, just the worst. Okay, so I think we're dead. Honestly. We can make them chump with something. They have to get pretty extraordinarily unlucky. They're way past half their deck. Yeah, Tormod's Crypt is really good to nuke their graveyard. We are definitely the aggressive deck. I like to think about what my role is in a matchup, and we're both combo decks, but I think we're definitely the beatdown. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything. Okay, go ahead, do your worst. Man, the rest of my deck better be stacked. Just shuffled all those lands out. So they're looking for at least one more. Yeah, that's probably it, because they'll be able to recast that and get a sufficiently large amount of mana. So let's go to game 2. Okay, so Tormod's Crypt comes in, can nuke it. I think that's but the recursion. That seems their toughness is pretty big. Ruinblaster could slow them down, but I don't want to dilute my plan too much. Like these, let's get Conspicuous Snoop out of here, and the Ringleaders. I think I like that. This is worth a thought. This is very combo oriented. Like, you can't really pull too much out of it. Okay, let's run it like this. Kind of pull some of the grind out. Just pull some of the grind out. Put faster. Slide the whole thing this way. Yeah. Oh gosh. Wily Goblin, Ringleader, Muxus. Muxus hits more than one card, please. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that in hand because I don't want opponent to know that that's something until it's too late. Okay, so I have 5 mana on board. I don't know if they still play discard or not. That's not something I know. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack. And I think I want to keep the goblin, so I'll use the treasure. Come on, Ringleader. Don't let us down. Alright, 4 mana, draw 2. I love it. End turn. Next turn, we'll Chieftain. Yeah. Can't quite do that and activate Ashiok. It's such a great way to fill their graveyard. You know, that's almost worth nuking right now. I mean, they're low enough and they don't have a Kethis in play yet, so we're gonna hold off. But that's already a pretty juicy graveyard. Okay, so we can kill this exactly, and we want to stop them in their tracks. And then we'll just keep the pressure on. So game's getting pretty close. So maybe there's some merit into discussing and thinking about just. Oh, good. I'm pretty happy with the way that went. I'm going to run it back. Until someone more educated than me, and there are plenty of people out there that fit that bill, tell me otherwise, this is what we're going to go with. Because for the vast majority of people, it's not, oh my God. Oh. It's not about playing perfectly. It's about having fun and trying. So you just be very firm in your thought, but then be ready to pivot if you find out that there's a better line. I think it's Instigator, because then we can start aggroing them. I should attack first. I should do that in my second main. When I grew up, there was not a whole lot of second main phase, and I can't tell if that was my idiocy or. Okay, so we can Muxus, or we can go down with the beats. I think I want to go with the beats. We'll Mux this next turn. It's a pretty fast start for us. Yeah. Actually, next turn, if I Krenko, pop out 5, it's 10. Yeah, they're pretty much they need a sweeper or die. Well, I had low expectations going in, but things seem to be going well. I'm Robbie Wong. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.